I bet you if you saw the trailer too, you're probably thinking like, man, I gotta check this out. But the real question is, would this film deliver? Nonetheless, let's get into the review of it and break it all down right now. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. Today, we're going to be reviewing the film American Badger, which is going to be on demand and digitally released on June 15th. Now, yeah, if you've seen this film, you saw the trailer, you're probably thinking like, man, this looks hella cool. But the real question is, as a complete body of work, how would it deliver? And I'm easily going to say that this film was definitely without, it was not without flaws. It had its flaws. It was very no budget independent film. It's actually, it has to be a project, a passion project for Kirk Caouette, who wears all the hats in this film. He wrote it, directed, produced it, and stars. He stars as an assassin, Dean, but Dean isn't a cool name, so he goes by the moniker of Honey Badger, who, if you know the animal, then you know it's one of the most fierce animals out there. And because Wolverine's taken, he decided to go with this. But you know, the plot is very simple. This dude is an assassin. He lost a loved one. He's sent on a mission. He kills brainlessly. He's also like filled with like very useless knowledge, but he's tasked to go kill this other drug lord or boss, whatever he is. This mobster. But before he kills that guy, before he kills the final boss, he's also tasked to kill this woman. But he can't do it because he ends up falling in love with her. She falls in love with him, and the two of them team up to take down the bigger person, the main boss, the final boss. So you know, very simple plots, not like nothing you have not seen before. But what's really the unique, I won't say unique, but what's really the feel to this film is the stunts. Because of Kirk's background with doing stunts in all sorts of films. His resume is super impressive with his stunt work. That was just obviously going to be the highlight of this film. And I will say the fight sequences, I enjoyed them. They were fun. They also have flaws as well too. There was one that I thought was fantastic, and I wish it had been one shot, but you can tell it was a it had a few takes because you can see a hard cut in it. And I just wish it was just one shot because it was flawless before that. But again, I still enjoyed them, and there's noticeable things with the film. I mean, there was one scene where I seen somebody with a mic on their shirt, and it was just completely just out there and whatnot. But I think to be totally reasonable with this film, like, it's just fun. If you just enjoy this film, you'll be okay with it. It absolutely has its flaws. It's absolutely an independent, low budget film. But I've seen worse. Easily, I've seen worse, and this was just not something that I would be like I hate. There was things about it I liked. There was probably things I would go back and watch some of the stunts. One of my biggest flaws with the film, to be honest, was I had a little issue with the toning. Now, with some of the fights felt PG-13 ish as far as with like the gore and whatnot. Because I mean, people are getting their throats slashed. I'm ready to see like a bloodbath. And sometimes you didn't see it. And then there was sometimes where you were just like, oh, yes, this is it. So I felt like there was a little bit of inconsistencies with the toning of the rating of the film. It felt PG-13 at time, and it felt rated R at times. But like I said, I think this film definitely had shown a lot of promise with the trailer, but ultimately it was a little underwhelming as far as my expectations based off the trailer. But like, I didn't hate it. I thought that for what it was worth, it was fun. It clearly had visible, very noticeable issues, but overall, nothing that I just really could not get over. The plot was simple. The characters were, again, they're very recognizable characters that you've seen in all different other films and whatnot. And even the main character here, Dean, aka the Honey Badger, I was like super invested into his character, and then overall, this kind of was just like, okay, it's whatever. But I just took my focus to the stunts and the fights, and I thought that was the highlight of the film. That was the driving factor, and with his background in that, that's exactly what you thought it would be. There was some really difficult scenes to actually watch in this film as well too, considering the woman that he had to save, Velvet, who just had some she had some troubling background issues with her, and then just the abuse she dealt with the cartel leader guy. There was issues with that, and just the kind of thing she had to endure was kind of difficult to watch at times. But nonetheless, yeah, Honey Badger I think is a fun film if your expectations are reasonable, and overall the stunts and the fighting there was 3 major fights, and I thought they really held well. Could have been better, but for what it's worth, again, I thought they were entertaining and enjoyable. So American Badger, which is going to be releasing video on demand and digitally June 15th. Folks, let me know in the comments what you thought when you check out this film. And as always, stay tuned because we got more reviews coming very soon. Big Gold Bell.